नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 2, prayers by the demigods. The nice introduction to this chapter by Srila Prabhupada. May first read the introduction. As described in this chapter, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead entered the womb of Devaki to kill Kamsa, all the demigods understood that the Lord was living within Devaki's womb, and therefore, in veneration, they offered him the Garbhastuti prayers. Kamsa, under the protection of his father-in-law Jarasandha, and with the help of his demoniac friends like Pralamba, Baka, Chanura, Trunavarta, Aghasura, Mustika, Bana and Bhaumasura, began oppressing the members of the Jadu dynasty. Therefore, the members of Jadu dynasty left their homes and sought shelter in such states as Kuru, Panchala, Kaikeya, Sarlo, and Vidarbha. Only some of them stayed with Kamsa as nominal friends. After Kamsa killed the Satgarbhas, the sixth son of Devaki, one after another, Anantadev entered Devaki's womb and was transferred to the womb of Rohini by the manipulation of Yogamaya, who was following the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord himself, who was soon to appear in the eighth son of Devaki, ordered Yogamaya to take birth from the womb of Jasoda Devi. Because Krishna and his potency, Yogamaya, appeared simultaneously as brother and sister, the world is full of Vaishnavas and Shaktas, and there is certainly some rivalry between them. Vaishnavas worship the Supreme Lord, whereas the Shaktas, according to their desires, worship Yogamaya in forms like Durga, Bhadrakali and Chandika. Following the orders of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogamaya transferred Baladev, Sankarshan, the seventh child of Devaki, from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Because Sankarshan appears in order to increase love of Krishna, he is known as Baladev. One may take auspicious strength from him to become a devotee of Lord. Therefore, he is also known as Balabhadra. After Yogamaya transferred the seventh child of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared within the heart of Vasudeva and transferred himself into the heart of Devaki. Because the Lord was present in her heart, Devaki, as her pregnancy continued, appeared effulgent. Upon seeing this effulgence, Kamsa was full of anxiety, but he could not harm Devaki because of their family relationship. Thus he began indirectly thinking of Krishna and became fully Krishna conscious. Meanwhile, because of Lord's presence within the womb of Devaki, all the demigods came to offer the Lord their prayers. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, they said, is eternally the absolute truth. The spiritual soul is more important than the gross body, and the super soul, Paramatma, is still more important than the soul. The Supreme Godhead is absolutely independent, and his incarnations are transcendental. The prayers of the demigods glorify the exalt devotees and explain the fate of persons who superficially consider themselves liberated from the conditions of material nature. A devotee is always safe. When a devotee fully surrenders at the lotus feet of the Lord, he is completely liberated from the fear of material existence. By explaining why the Supreme Personality of Godhead descends, the prayers of the demigods clearly confirm the Lord's statement in Bhagavad Gita 4:7, Jada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamiham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. So today's verse, the two verses, first and second. Sri Sukha Uvacha. So board is written second verse. So I read first myself, then I will repeat second. Pralamba bakachanura trunavarta mahasanai mustika arishta divida putana kesidhanukai. Then the verse and board. Anyaischa surabhupalair bana bhaumadibhiryutah jadunam kadanam chakre bali magadha samsrayah. Word meaning. Sri Sukha Uvacha. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Pralamba, by the asura named Pralamba. Baka, by the asura named Baka. Chanura, by the asura named Chanura. Trinavarta, by the asura named Trinavarta. Mahasanai, by Aghasura. Mustika, by the asura named Mustika. Arishta, by the asura Arishta. Dibida, by the asura named Dibida. Putana, by Putana. Kesi, by Kesi. Dhenukai, by Dhenuka. Anyaicha, and by many others. Asura Bhupalai, by demoniac kings on the surface of the globe. Bana, by King Bana. Bhauma, by Bhaumasura. Adibhi, and by others as well. Yuta, being assisted. Jadunam, of the kings of the Jadu dynasty. Kadanam, persecution. Chakre, regularly performed. Bali, very powerful. Magadha Samsraya, under the protection of Jarasandha, the king of Magadha. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, under the protection of Magadharaj, Jarasandha, the powerful Kamsa began persecuting the kings of the Jadu dynasty. In this, he had the cooperation of demons like Pralamba, Vakka, Chanura, Trinavarta, Aghasura, Mustika, Arishta, Divida, Putana, Kesi, Dhenuka, Banasura, Narakasura, and many other demoniac kings on the surface of the earth. Purport. This verse supports the following statements given in the Lord in Bhagavad Gita 4:7-8. 4th chapter 7 and 8 verse. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharat abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of religion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. I admit myself millennium after millennium. The Lord's purpose in maintaining this material world is to give everyone a chance to go back to Godhead, go back to home, back to Godhead. But kings and political leaders unfortunately try to hinder the purpose of the Lord, and therefore Lord appears either personally or with his plenary persons to set things right. It is therefore said, Garbham sancharya rohinyam devakya yogamayaya tasyaha kukhim gatah krishna ditiya vibudhai stutaha. Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki after transferring Baladev to the womb of Rohini by the power of Yogamaya. Jadubhi sa terudhyataha. The kings of the Jadu dynasty were all devotees, but there were many powerful demons such as Sallo who began to persecute them. At that time, Jarasandha, who was Kamsa's father-in-law, was extremely powerful, and therefore Kamsa took advantage of his protection and the help of the demons in persecuting the kings of the Jadu dynasty. The demons naturally appeared more powerful than the demigods, but ultimately because of help received from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the demons were defeated and the demigods triumphant. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana-Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurubhe Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vande Aham Sri Guru Srijuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Nitanscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री श्री गौरनीताय कृष्ण बलराम राधा श्याम सुंदर ललिता विशाखा की जय। श्रीशुक उवाच प्रलम्ब बकचाणुर तृणावर्त महासनैः मुष्टिका अरिष्ट दिविड पुतना केशिधेनुकैः अन्यैश्चासुरभूपालैर्बाणभौमादिभिर्युत यदूनां कदनं चक्रे बलिमागध संश्रयः। Sukdev Goswami said, under the protection of Magadha Raj Jarasandha, the powerful Kamsa began persecuting the king of Jadu dynasty. In this, he had the cooperation of demons like Pralamba, Baka, Chanura, Trunavarta, Aghasura, Mustika, Arishta, Divida, Putana, Keshi, Dhenuka, Banasura, Narakasura, and many other demoniac kings on the surface of the earth. So, as Prabhupada quoted his verse in his purport, Garbham sancharya rohinyam devakyaha yogamayaya tasya kukhim gatah Krishna ditya vibudhaistutah. This verse actually is the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the first verse of this chapter. This commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur to the first verse of this chapter. This verse is quoted here by Prabhupada, Garbham Sancharya. That Ditiyam Vibudhaistuta, in this second chapter, that Krishna entered to the home of Devaki, and so the demigods, they started their prayer. King appeared in the home of Devaki after transferring Baladev to the home of Rohini by the power of Yogamaya. Then the demigods started praying when Krishna was in the home of his mother, Devaki. So that is the main topic, and that in this chapter, that how Balaram was transferred, Garbham Sancharya Rohinyam. Baladev was transferred from the Devakya, from the home of Devaki to home of Rohini. Who did this job? Yogamaya, by Yogamaya Devi, in order of Krishna, he did this act. Then Krishna himself, Tasya Kukhim Gatah Krishna. Then Krishna entered to the home of Devaki. Then the demigods started praying to the Supreme Lord. So this is the subject matter of this chapter. But before that, as yesterday we have heard that what was the before, what was Kamsa was doing. This nicely yesterday was described by His Holiness Vaishnava Swami, that how Kamsa imprisoned his own father, who? Ugrasen. And then there is no one to welcome Kamsa as the emperor. But he himself, he come and that the Ugrasen had thrown his crown, that was still fallen on the ground, and he took the crown, picked up the crown from the floor, and himself wear the crown. And then he himself declared only some demons were supporting, but those were Jadu dynasty members. They never, no one supporting him that time only his followers. Then after declaring himself as the king of Jadus, then Kamsa, the son of, actually he was not a son of Ugrasen, he was son of Drumila, a Gandharva. because when his mother, Mother Padmavati, when she was thinking about to beget a child, and he was thinking the association of his husband. So she was that time little lusty. But that time some Gandharva was flying in the sky. They could understand the mind of this woman. So there is one Gandharva who is Drumila. So he took the same shape, same form of Ugrasen, and so he associated with Padmavati, and he passed his semen in womb of Padmavati. That with that semen, this Kamsa was born. After later on, Padmavati could understood this by, and then she became unhappy. That's why Padmavati did not have so much attachment to Kamsa. He knows that this is not the son of Ugrasen. So anyhow, so Kamsa was from very beginning. Generally, as a prince, he has to be properly educated. Should be go to Gurukul and all the two dynasties. This is principle. But Kamsa was not interested in any education. From his very childhood, he was simply trying to wrestling and showing his own physical powers. And in this way, Kamsa was in a demoniac. He has a friendship with the demoniac peoples. He was not giving any respect to the saintly persons. He was not so, but physically he was very strong. One day, how Kamsa was so powerful. One day he was practicing his what? Now his karate, some practice, but he was practicing his wrestling. Martial arts with some other people practicing. At that time, Jarasandha, he has planned to attack Mathura to the Jadavas. Then Jarasandha was putting the camp in the other side of Jamuna. He's putting camps, military camps. Jarasandha had a huge elephant named Kubalayopida. How much power that elephant? Like 10,000 elephants power. That one elephant. Who killed that elephant? Krishna was in the gate of Kamsa, Rangasava. Anyhow, this elephant somehow or other just break his chain and come out, and he was just moving here, there, and creating havoc in Mathura city. Then he come to the place where Kamsa was practicing his wrestling, his martial arts. Then he challenged. The people said there. Kamsa becomes so angry, come out. He did not fear the elephant. All others ran away, seeing the elephant. They know the elephant, no one can fight with this elephant. But Kamsa very easily cut his trunk, and one of his feet, and very easily make him down, force the elephant to sleep on the ground. Then he again woke up, then he to lift the elephant, such a huge elephant, powerful elephant, then he throw the elephant. The elephant was in the middle of the military camp of Jarasandha. Where Jarasandha was there, the elephant just fell down in front of Jarasandha. Such a powerful person, Kamsa. So Jarasandha saw the elephant. They are searching where this elephant left, but now then he searched who could did this. The elephant was fainted here. Then he could understand this. Then when he got this news, this is the work of Kamsa. He could throw a huge elephant in such a way. So then Jarasandha became very pleased with Kamsa. He come and he did not make a resolution with Kamsa. Then he did not attack again Mathura. Rather, he gave his two daughters, Prapti and Hasti. Hasti Prapti. Asti Prapti. So 2 daughters in marriage with Kamsa. Then now he's father-in-law of Kamsa, Jarasandha. So Jarasandha was the most powerful in those days. He was one of the most powerful king in India. So now Kamsa has a great support from Jarasandha. So Jarasandha become friendly with Kamsa. Then Kamsa now become more demoniac, enthusiastic in defeating other kings. Then, as you know, yesterday was described how Narada Muni appeared to Kamsa and described that his previous life he was Kalanemi, the son of Hiranyaksha, and how he was killed by Lord Vishnu. So, actually, Kamsa, in Kalanemi, as a Kalanemi, he performed so much austerity. He is in years of demigods, 100 years, he performed great tapasya without eating. He was only eating, drinking little grass juice, some Durbadala juice. Then he spent such a huge, long time, 100 years in demigods year. That means about 36,000, about any human calculation, it would be very long. So anyhow, so apart from tapasya, then Brahma came. So he asked the boon, Brahma, please give me the boon. No demigods, nothing, no Jakhya, Rakshasa, demigods, no one could defeat me. Even the Lord Vishnu, the leader of the demigods, all the demigods could not kill me. Like this he was asking the boon. Brahma told, it is not possible now. Okay, as you perform so much austerity, this will work in a future life, not in this life. In future you take again you take a birth. So that's why that Kalanemi born again as Kamsa. Kamsa is not an ordinary demon. In other yugas, we see first demon, the most powerful demon was Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. No one could defeat them. That's why Varaha and Nrsimha came. Lord came himself to kill them. But in Tretaya, they appeared as Ravana and Kumbhakarna. But we see many demons, other demons, they are powerful than Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Even Bali, Bali, the monkey, he was able to defeat Ravana. But in Dwapara we see, they come again as Shishupala and Dantavakra. Their power gradually diminished. And Dwapara, they are not, the Shishupala Dantavakra is not so prominent demon. The many others are more powerful. So anyhow, actually Kamsa was so powerful, most powerful among the all demons. So, so the Jarasandha make a friendship with Kamsa, and then he mentioned in the Purana that he gave in dowry 1 lakh elephants, 3 lakh chariots, and 1 Arab horses, 10,000 maid servants, like this. He give Kamsa, then he have nice friendship now. Now Kamsa get some enthusiasm. Then he started his Digvijay. How this name? Because this demon's name was mentioned in this verse. That Pralamba, Baka, Chanura, Tudavarta, like all these demons. How they follow Kamsa? They are also not ordinary demons. They are also king of their own territory. But Kamsa started Digvijay and defeated this demon one after another. By defeating them, then they bring them under his control. they become they are agreed to become the servant of Kamsa. There is no other way. So these all demons, Kamsa conquered them by his own power. So first, after his marriage, then Kamsa went to Mahismatipur first. Then in Mahismatipur, the princes, there are 5 princes: Chanura, Mustika, Kuta, Sala, Tosala. The 5. They are the principal wrestlers of Kamsa. In Rangamancha, where Krishna and Balaram entered the Rangamancha, they are fighting with this. But they are actually, Kamsa went to Mahismatipur, they are from there. And Kamsa defeated them, one after another. They defeated king, they throw them like this. And here, there. Chanura, Mustika, they fight sometimes with Kamsa, then they defeated. But others, Kamsa did not care. So look, Kamsa is so powerful. That's why this Chanura, Mustika, Kuta, Sala, Tosala, they become servant of Kamsa. Then Kamsa went to monkey named Dibida. He is also mentioned here demon, as a Prabhupada translated as demon Dibida. But Dibida was a famous monkey. He was in Tretaya, in the army of Ramachandra. He was a devotee. But because he has envious nature for Lakshmana, he respects Ramachandra, but he not so much respect for Lakshmana. Like some people have so much respect for Gauranga Mahaprabhu, but they don't have so much respect for Nityananda. So this is a great mistake. In Chaitanya Charitamrita mentioned, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentioned his brother was like that. He was worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he not giving much importance to Nityananda. That's why Krishnadas Kaviraj became angry with his brother, and so Nityananda Prabhu became pleased with Krishnadas. Told him, go Krishnadas, go to Vrindavan. All good fortune. He blessed him for a good fortune, and he come here and Krishnadas Kaviraj. Like some people's like that. So a Dibida monkey is like that. He was devotee, he was worshipping Ramachandra, he was serving Ramachandra, but he had not so much respect for Lakshmana. So gradually he developed the demoniac nature. Then in Dwapara, we can see who killed Dibida. Dibida was killed by Balaram in Dwarka. Finally, the same Lakshmana, Balaram, killed him. But he was very powerful. He also had powers like 10,000 elephants, this monkey. So, Dibida was staying in Praharsanagiri, in a mountain. He was staying there. So Kamsa heard about this monkey, then went to this Praharsanagiri and challenged Dibida. It's a great fight between Kamsa and Dibida for many days. So finally, Kamsa defeated him. So after defeating those who are defeated, then they have to walk with Kamsa behind. So defeating Dibida, then he went to Rushyamukha mountain, where there is another demon was staying, Keshi. Keshi was very famous. Keshi Ghat in Vrindavan. Keshi was killed by Krishna. So Rushyamukha Parvat, then he challenged Keshi. He was in form of a horse. Keshi demon was in form of horse. Then nice fighting was there, but finally he defeated by Kamsa. Then Kamsa went to Mahendragiri. Then he lifted Mahendragiri 100 times, mentioned. Just put and then like football, Mahendragiri. But on the mountain, who was living? Parashurama. Parashurama was living. He became angry. He was in meditation. She come out. He just put his finger like this. Then Kamsa has no power to lift again. when he come out, he told, you are foolish, an ass, stool of a dog, he chastised Kamsa. I killed all the Kshatriyas 21 times in this world. Now you remain. I will kill you now. I will Kamsa was very intelligent. He could understand that I could not fight with him. So his hand is this Vishnu Dhanus and all this. Then he pay obeisances immediately. He told, "Oh Lord, I am not Kshatriya. Don't kill me. I am not Kshatriya. I am a demon. I am a Daitya. Actually, you are my Lord. I am just your worshipper." So in this way, he just surrendered to Parsuram. Parsuram became pleased. Kamsa become, somehow or other he pleased Parsuram. So Parsuram gave this Vishnu Dhanus to him. He pleased. He mentioned it was, the length of that bow was 7, is measured like 7 palm trees together. So huge. Then he told, "Oh Kamsa, you remember," because he first Parsuram challenged Kamsa, "If you can lift this bow and then able to what? String this bow with this, and you are able to fight with this bow, then I will excuse you." Kamsa very easily string the bow and he arrowed with this bow. So now Parsuram could understand he is not an ordinary man. So then Parsuram gave the bow to Kamsa. Told, "Okay, keep this bow, take this bow, but don't use, worship this bow. And day will come, someone will come, and if that day when someone come and break this bow, then you understand that person is your cause of death. He could kill you." So in this way Kamsa got that bow that is in a Mathura. That is Krishna, later on Krishna went and broke the bow. This was actually the bow of the Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. It was with Parsuram, and Parsuram gave it to Kamsa. So in this way, after pleasing Parsuram and getting that bow, then Aghasur get great Python. So Aghasur was living in near seaside. He went and challenged Aghasur. It took Aghasur that he started moving Aghasur like anything. Aghasur was he was very powerful. He was tried to bite Kamsa many times, but nothing happened to Kamsa. Kamsa's body was like iron. It's so heavy. So in this way, he bring this Aghasur under his control. Then he went to Bengal. There he challenged Aristasur. Arista was in form of a bull. Where is Aristasur challenged Krishna? Radhakund. Because Arista, after killing this Aristasur, then the Radhakund, Shyamkund appeared. So Kamsa went to Bengal, and Aristasur was the king there. Then he challenged the Aristasur, and the great fight, then he defeated Aristasur. Now all these demons were working with Kamsa. Now he is follower of Kamsa, become forcefully, make them follower. Then he went Pragjyotisapur. Pragjyotisapur, who was staying there? Pragjyotisapur is now present Assam, in Guwahati, kingdom of Assam. So there was Narakasur, the son of Varahadev and Bhumi, this Mother Earth. Narakasur was very powerful. No one could defeat him. He even defeated Indra, who attacked Swargaloka. So anyhow, so then Pragjyotisapur, he went to Narakasura. And Narakasura was the greatest demon. In his assembly, the other demons like Dhenukasur, Trudavarta, Bakasur, Putana, they were working with him, with whom? They are a servant of Narakasura. So they told, oh, before you fighting with our king, you have to challenge with us. First, then they challenge this different, then but Kamsa one after another he defeated Dhanukasur, Trunavarta, Bakasur, then Putana came. Oh, Bakiyam, Stana Kalakuta. Baki, brother was Bakasur and sister was Putana. But Kamsa was very tactfully told to Putana, you are a woman. So look, I don't want to fight with women. Let's make friendship. You are like my sister. And your brother, Bakasur is my brother. So you stay with me as my brother and sister. No fighting. So anyhow, Putana agreed. Putana also became servant of Kamsa. Then finally he defeated Narakasura. This fighting was very vividly described in Puranas. I don't know. So finally also Narakasura, he defeated him. Then he made him also under his control. So in this way, then he also defeated many other, Sambara, Vyomasur, Vatsasur, Kalajavan. Kamsa defeated Kalajavan. Kings killed Kalajavan through whom? Muchukanda. Anyhow, in Krishna book. Then Banasur also. Then he went to Sonitpur, where Banasur has how many hands? 1,000 hands. So Banasura became very angry, seeing that Kamsa challenging him, because he is also he was like Lord Shiva considered Banasura as his own son. If Banasura fighting, then who come? Who will come to fight? Lord Shiva himself will come fight. So then Banasura became angry when he come to war. Lord Shiva could understand what is going on. Lord Shiva came himself. He told to Banasura, actually, this Kamsa is the most powerful demons in the planet. He is a boon. No one could defeat him except Vishnu. Except Krishna, no one could kill him. It's better both become friends and make friendship. It is better to make friendship. Then Lord become mediator. Who? Lord Shiva become mediator. So that's why then Banasura and Kamsa, they become friends. There is treatise, there is a sandhi. Then in this way, Banasura also become his follower. All this, then Kalajavan, all this. So he defeated and somehow or other make all these demons under his control, under his follower. Then he attack heavenly planet. Taking all these demons with him, then comes attack heavenly planet. Then he defeated Indra also. Nothing happened. Indra just threw his Vajra, Kamsa with his club, we easily smashed the Vajra. Vajra was broken. So no one could defeat Kamsa. Demigods hide here, there. That's why they started praying. They went to Brahma and they went to pray to Lord Vishnu, Kshirasagar. So in this way, this is Kamsa. So Kamsa was such a powerful demon. It is not the ordinary demon, just Krishna killed him. Most powerful. He was most powerful than even Sisupala, Dantavakra and so many demons other. So in this, that's why Kamsa was so powerful. And Krishna, but still, in front of Krishna, he was nothing. Krishna is, that's what Prabhupada wrote that why Krishna appeared in this millennium after millennium, Paritranaya, Sadhunang, Vinasaya cha, Duskritam, Dharma Samsthapanaathaya, Sambhavami Juge Juge. Wherever there is a decline in religion, religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of religion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and the annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion I advent myself millennium after millennium. This Prabhupada quoted this verse. So we'll see after this chapter the prayers of the demigods. Now first Balaram transferred from Devaki's home to, no, it's from Rohini's home, then after that demigod's prayer. So it is already time, 1-2 minutes. Any question or comment? Any question? Mike Maharaj. We see in Digvijay, he was making friendship with demons. He did not attack the others. He just go to the demons. His purpose is to make all the demons together, under his control. So he did not want other places. That time I think at that time even Krishna is not born, and there is the emergence of Pandavas was at that time. Maybe that time, but they did not fight with the general kingdoms, other kings, but generally he first make the unity among the demons, make the unity of the demons, then he even went to the demigods to attack demigods. So it is not mentioned that what is happened to with the Pandu, Maharaj Pandu, and that time Dhritarashtra may be there.
So. This is very nice Krishna conscious answer from you. And it appears that you are very much friendly towards the saintly kings, that you are no disturbing them.
Yeah, he has much respect for our Narada Muni. Kamsa was, even Narada Muni come, he immediately come out of his woke up from his throne and just come out to welcome Narada Muni. Yes. Very intelligent, he pay obeisances to Parsuram and beg forgiveness and got blessed by Parsuram. So, okay.
Generally, we see that the demons have God's mental opulence, and God's mental opulence.
Material opulence.
Yes, but this Kansa, he won heaven, but he was ruling in this Archit planet. And generally, we see that.
So Kamsa, you understand that the present scientists, even the scientists nowadays, they are planning to go to Chandra. They told we are already in moon planet, and Prabhupada wrote the book Easy Journey to Other Planets. He refused. They did not reach moon. In our Jyotish calculation, astronomical calculations, we are counting the days according to the distance from Earth. Nearest planet from Earth is Sun. The day is like that. Sun, Moon, Manga, then Samo, Badha, Rabi, Sama, Mangala, Buddha, Guru, Sukra, Sani, according to the distance from the Earth. These the planets. This is already from time immemorial, this is already in calendar. But the present scientists, they told the Sun, they went Moon. Prabhupada told how they could, they are not even reach Sun, how will they go to Moon? There's so many, anyhow. So, even Kamsa, you understand, he went to Neptune planet, the Indra's planet. He went to Indra Loka and defeated the demigods without any rocket or any, all this, whatever this, nuclear vehicles. He is not ordinary. He knows in these arts how to fly in the sky without any plane or anything. How to defeat the demigod. He defeated the demigods. Kamsa was an ordinary demon. Okay.
Christian world is that he is ruling on earthly planet, but heavenly planet has more opulence, and all demons they generally try to defeat heavenly planet and want to rule there and enjoy there. So how is that this person Kansa?
Kamsa is in one attachment for his birthplace, his own kingdom. He want to make this the center of everything. Everyone should, instead of going to Swargoloko, they may want to come to Mathura. Vaikuntha Janita Para Madhupuri. Even the Mathura is even more, even if according to for the Vaishnavas also, even for devotees, Mathura is more important than Vaikuntha, because the Supreme Lord appeared there. But Kamsa was thinking Mathura is most important place because I am the king of Mathura. Who? Kamsa. But the devotees also gave much importance to Mathura because Ayurpa Goswami told, Vaikuntha Janita Bara Madhupuri, because Krishna appeared there. Okay? Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.